it's a minor issue at best. And continue on to the characters. I'm gonna save Cheerilee for last because she is evidently the main character, and the rest of the characters are either have the victim mentality that I've gone through a few times with Sweet Apple Massacre and I believe Cupcakes. Yeah, Cupcakes and Sweet Apple Massacre both show the victim persona or archetype very well. And that's basically what they do is when they get into this trap, these traps, period. Except for Snips. Snips fought back quite well, might I add. He actually found the body of Snails, was going to tell everyone what happened, and that kind of threw a wrench in Cheerilee's plan, and Cheerilee had to beat him to death. But he fought back throughout the entire thing. And that was interesting. But besides their death throes, all of the young foals were a bit more cruel than they were in the show, just to kind of emphasize the fact that they are a bad class. They didn't pay attention. They were talking to each other. They weren't paying attention to Cheerilee. But besides that, they are very close to their televised persona. And like I said before, that's never a bad thing. If you can make a character seem like a televised person, the person that they know from we know from the show, then you can write a good character. Excuse me. So I don't think there's any other characters that really stand out to me. Princess Luna had a minor part in which she was very trying to get Twilight to be executed for what she did. But I guess that would happen to any princess who watched so many of her people die. Except Celestia shows a minor psychosis in which she believes Twilight no matter what. She's like, we can fly away together. We can make our own kingdom. It'll be fine. She shows an obsession with Twilight to the point where it's almost unhealthy. The character of Cheerilee is... I could go on for 10 minutes on Cheerilee alone. She is such a deep character. She has the exterior of the teacher we all know and love, with the happy, smiling, sunshine cutie or flower cutie mark, and the sunshiny disposition. Sorry, I can't talk. Disposition. But she hides underneath that, like the face of a monster who believes that her right to teach trumps bad students' right to live, which is an intense, egotistical, and narcissistic trip in which she believes she is better than them. And it really deepens the character for me when you have a character who has two different personalities, but she's not bipolar. She is, don't kid yourself, she's not a bipolar person. She is in full control of what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. She's more akin to those serial killers. I actually was studying serial killers for a bit. I'm not sure if I can find the book. One moment. I'll be right back. Oh, sorry, I'm sitting on my bed. Now, I read this book cover to cover a few times, and basically what it is it goes through the different types of serial killers and explains them. And she's what I would call an organized serial killer. A very organized serial killer. She plans out her kills, place, time, place down to the square inch, time down to the second, what she's going to use down to the last screw. She perfects her art of killing. But the serial killer is known for being able to blend in perfectly with society. And while she did go on a murdering spree instead of deaths over a certain amount of time, I still think of her as a serial killer because she shows such poise and grace in her art. That is not to say that serial killers show poise and grace, but in this fan fiction, it's quite remarkable how much she works in order to obtain what she believes to be right. actually love that book. Anyways, she is, besides the fact that she has the monster underneath her sunny exterior, she shows true emotion. Something that characters like Big Macintosh and Sweet Apple Massacre and Pickamania Diane Pie don't. She shows regret at one of her friends who died in the trap dungeon when they were exploring it as kids. She shows care for the foals that she has taught previously and that she cares about because she wants them to succeed and she doesn't want the weeds marring their chances to succeed. She shows fear when she fights Twilight for the last time. She's a very in-depth character. She is a true character that was created for this spot and it worked so well. You talk about a character being 3 dimensions. Cheerilee is almost 4 dimensions. She is so deep, it's crazy. So I thought the characters were done brilliantly. Cheerilee is a fantastic, well-written character, and the guy who wrote it, I'm sorry, I didn't mention his name before, but I'm going to mention it now. I have to look it up because it's a lot of letters that I can't really pronounce. Like I said, I have a speech problem. Unahim, so Unahim. I'm guessing it's pronounced. If I'm wrong, then I apologize. But Unahim made a fantastic Cheerilee, and it was well done. So we're talking explicit themes now. And like I said, SciPK did his own video, and he went over these pretty well. So I'm just going to skim on them, really. There's the torture, blood, violence, self-mutilation. In one of the scenes, Silver Spoon has to poke her eye out with a needle and cut her tongue out, otherwise Diamond Tiara will get eaten alive by this acid stuff. So there you go. So there's that. In the second or third part, I can't remember which one, Rainbow Dash cuts off her own wings in order to save Pinkie Pie. The self-mutilation aspect is very powerful. It could even be an explicit theme. It could be both, but the implicit of the self-mutilation is horrible enough for people to understand right off the bat. There's the fact that she's killing younger foals is a very explicit theme as well. You can understand that the child murder is more, it's viewed as more horrible than murdering an older person. So all those things are very well played out, as they are in most grimdarks. Most grimdarks can do the explicit theme very well, but where I focus is the implicit. What can we find for the implicit? What can we find for the psychological aspect of this story?